Hmm? Hello. Hello. Patent pending formula. Okay. Pause. Anyways, so can you kind of tell why I say it's scripts now? Yeah, I'll make the screen, I'll make my keyboard camera even bigger so you guys can see why I say like all those girls playing it that way is using scripts. It's either I type it or I say it. So since my mic is on, I figured why not just say it. But yeah, I needed it to happen first before I said something. Because if I say something, then they're not gonna do it anymore. So I don't want to change what they're doing. Well, if Riot did change the range, then how the fuck are you still able to do the range before? Does that not make sense to you? You know, I do agree. I do think Riot added mobility. No, decreased mobility. Like that, I'm pretty sure Riot slowed me down. Okay, I'm like 90% sure they fucking slowed me down because there's no fucking way. Like, look at this shit. Like, what the fuck is this? No, that's why I said there's probably a reason why Riot kept trying to like change the default settings. What do you think I kept playing right here? No, it's usually a script from them knowing to see if you are here or not. Because, I mean, you know, isn't it obvious? Well, I'm paying attention. I just don't think he's gonna fucking do it, so I stand there. Like, he can't really scare me just because he's Pyke. Like, I know what he's thinking. You see how, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, this is why I don't play Soraka. So if you guys ever see, like, a really strong Soraka in solo queue, I guarantee you it's probably most likely scripts. Like, there's a reason why I don't play Soraka. And, like, to be honest, there's, Riot wanted to nerf Soraka for a really long time. I mean, besides my full-on tank Soraka running it down with all AP and like 1v9, you know, I'm pretty sure since then Riot's wanted to like fix Soraka because they always figured like it's kind of unbalanced. You know what I mean? Like, if you play Soraka back then when she had like no fucking cooldown on Q and you can just max out Q and like E and W and E didn't exist before, you know, like it never fucking worked to the point where there was literally no fucking point, you know. Oh no, I never built W, thank you, because I never had a team to play with. So honestly, like Q never worked, so I was like, what the fuck was the point of that? You know, so if you played since back then, you would know how like overpowering Q was, and then like I think Riot, the reason why like this all happened is because they're trying to balance it out. I mean, I guess this is considered balanced, but I don't think anybody who's been using scripts understands that, like, you know? So, there's a specific reason why I don't play this champion anymore. No, that's just my range. Like, how much further do you want me to go? I can't go outside of this. Like, this is how far I can go. And, oh yeah, so this is why Riot wanted me to do it this way. You see how it's right here? I can't actually do that. I have to be... Like, if I want to go like this, see how I have to move forward? But if you can click, you see how, like, if I do this, you see how I have to move forward? And you see how easily that can be manipulated into a script, right? So really it doesn't make me look bad, and that's why I said it's probably a script, because it probably is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no fucking way, there's no fucking reason why you're able to do that if it's not really a script, right? Like, how is your range so fucking far? Is my fucking question. There's a reason why I chose to max E. No, I think Riot really wanted to like use E as pretty much like a trap, I guess. You know what I mean? Like they wanted to use E to see like who's really fucking with it still because I feel like Riot put a lot, like an unnecessary amount of work into making sure that E is never going to be counter scripted. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like they spent all their energy just making sure that E can never be counter scripted and then just like was like, you know what? Fuck Q, fuck W, and fuck alt because guess what? They're fucked anyways. So like they just spent like all their energy on E. How can I tell? How can you guys not tell? Like, if you play Soraka since back then to now, like, isn't it kind of weird that E actually fucking weirdly works for like once in like fucking 10 years? I feel like E just never worked. Or is it? I can't be the only one. I don't think anybody's ever gotten E to work, like, ever, right? Like, I don't think. I don't really think E has ever worked. I don't believe you. Unless I've always been hacked. You know, that could also be a decision, I guess. I don't really know. I don't really get it, but I personally think E has never worked. Yeah, that's kind of, you know what? You guys are so dumb. I don't know if I can communicate with idiots. I don't even want it. You really thought I would just stand there. Why don't I play Tank Soraka? Because Riot hates that shit. Like, I feel like Riot has come to realize that if I play Tank Soraka, it's going to be an incentive, thank you, for people to hack. Because they're like, oh, that's so unfair. So I don't think actually Riot supports me playing Tank Soraka. And I think, yeah, I think that's why they've been spending some time on, like, certain champs not being able to build certain things. Because they're like, okay, whatever the fuck you're doing, Christine, is making people want to hack the system. Like, you know what I mean? And so I think that's why they don't really like it when I build tank like range champions. I mean, for me, I don't give a fuck. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Singe support, LeBlanc support. I don't give a shit what you fucking do. It's on him. No, I actually purposely don't max out Q anymore because I know Riot has done like a lot just to make sure that Q cannot be abused anymore. Like even if you get full on cooldown, even if you get full AP, even if you get fucking life, well actually life steal, I don't think Riot has figured out. I mean, now that I've said it, they might actually. But no. I know this because like I feel like my build a long time ago for Soraka was so broken that Riot was just like, I think whatever that I am doing in the game. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Like when you have such a freaking broken ass idea that like it makes people want to hack because they're like, oh, this is unfair and Riot isn't doing anything. And honestly, like, you're just kind of stupid. Like, no offense, but you know, like, I just think they're stupid. You see how slow it comes up, but then like for them, it's just like instantaneous, and I'm just like, bro, like, how the fuck? Honestly, no, this is why I don't play Soraka, because like Ride's spent so much time trying to balance this champion, and I'm just like finding ways to break it. But like honestly, I think they spent so much time making sure that it cannot be unbalanced that like I literally cannot unbalance it without using scripts, you know. And honestly, that's a great job done. I'm not complaining. I just don't want to play it anymore. Anyways, I mean, obviously Riot is perfectly aware because they're not even selling any more Soraka skins. So it's not like they're like fucked up and it's like, oh yeah, Christine, we're gonna fuck you and make you buy skins. Like, I don't think Riot's made any skins worth buying for Soraka for a while now. Dude, let me fucking heal. Oh yeah, why didn't I press heal? Because heal's fucking stupid. Honestly, like, it's dumb. It's really dumb. But that's just my opinion. You guys can be like, oh yeah, W is like the best thing ever. How could you not build W? Everybody goes W. Like, why don't you build W? Oh, I don't know. It's amazing how my stun does not fucking last. See how my E still doesn't work even though it's like the first thing I used? But hey, that's just my opinion. You can be having your own opinion. I just purposely chose Soraka because I'm only playing one game anyways. So I didn't really plan on staying. So I was just like honestly like I'm not even gonna pick anything that I know I can win with. I'm just gonna pick whatever the fuck you guys choose. And you guys were like, no, Karma's too boosted. I'm like, yeah, that's you. I agree. So then we ended up playing Soraka because Soraka's a stupid bitch. Not even me anymore because I don't even play Soraka because I know she is a stupid fucking bitch. And I don't want to fucking fix this bitch, so I'm just letting it rot, honestly. There's a reason why I never play Soraka. Hello. Fuck, I wanted to cut my nails. Yeah, fuck Soraka. Glad we can all agree on something, I guess. Oh, that'd be fine. I'm gonna cut my nails. I don't know where the fuck I'm going. Dude, I feel like wearing shoes every day is like making my nails all fucked up. I don't like it when people don't wear shoes though, it's fucking disgusting. That's why I don't like taking taekwondo. That shit is gross. Everybody smell like fucking feet. Like if it was me, I'd fucking make everybody fucking clean that shit before the Be like, okay you guys, we have wipes. We have baby wipes. Clean your feet. I think I'm kidding, I'm really not. This is why Americans don't take off their shoes. Honestly, shoes are even worse than just fucking changing your fucking washing your fucking feet. Like just wash your feet. How fucking difficult is that? Or you can just wear like flip-flops or like socks. You know, what I used to do was put on lotion in my socks. Then like my feet would smell like lotion instead of sweat. Yeah, and it also doesn't get dry. And crusty. Alright, I'm done. What am I doing? I don't know. They're just fucking feeding anyways. So like, I don't know. But yeah, and whatchamacallit, that Soraka was moving like amazingly fast for not having anything. Anything. You tell me what the fuck the point of Flash is. I mean, he could just Kassadin used one of his abilities and was able to catch up to my Flash. So what's the point of having Flash? I just don't understand, you know? Oh yeah, you have to have Flash to be masters, but honestly, now that I've played Flash, like, are you guys all boosted? Cause like he just pretty much used one of his abilities and he was caught up to me. So like, what the fuck was the point of that? Goddamn waste of my goddamn time. That's what. It's not police Pikachu, cause I mean some of the shit that Asians do, you guys are really salty about. So maybe stop being a little bitch. Well, every time they do what you're bragging about right now, you call the FBI and say, "Oh yeah, look at this fucking spy." So who's the little bitch now? Why don't I build tank Soraka? Why don't I just build lifesteal Soraka? Like that could be a great fucking idea too. Oh, you thought I was sending in these hacking reports and third-party cheating for no reason? Dumbass. Gotta wash my hands. I got dirty feet hands. Yeah, but then wouldn't I be teaching now again? And am I even gonna get credit for it? Because if I'm not gonna get credit, I might as well just let you pay money to the nail salons. Not losing shit. That's just me being dumb. Because I don't know which buttons are which. I don't care what you do. Like, you have to understand, it does not matter to me. I do not do those things. But what free information other people are going to use against you is not really in my control, right? Like, if a hacker decides to be like, oh yeah, hey, I saw this guy publicly hacking, so I'm gonna take advantage of it because now it's public information. It isn't like, oh yeah, nobody knows that I'm a hacker. Like, they can find you, right? Because I made your username public and everything, right? So, just like how you said my IP address is public, I could be like, well, it's public information now, so what they do with it is up to them, you know, because I have no idea how to track them. What the fuck? Why? I would have kept playing. Why? I mean, Soraka is a stupid bitch, so honestly, like, there's nothing you can do with Soraka. That's kind of why I purposely picked Soraka, because I'm like, I'm done with this game anyways. Like, I'm quitting after this because I have to go wash my laundry. I have real life shit to do. Okay, I don't have time to keep repeating the same fucking shit we've been talking about since 2015. So you guys can continue doing this, but just know I'm not really gonna feel sorry for you when you do nothing but the same shit for the rest of your life. You didn't feel sorry for me, so I'm not gonna feel sorry for you. Well, they are enjoying that life, you know, it's not really a threat to them, you know? Like, if you threaten a hacker, like, this is all you're ever gonna be the rest of your life, like, I don't think they will be very afraid of that threat, you know? I don't think they see it as a threat. So, you know, I don't need to talk to Riot about that. It's not like they can do shit. And even if they did try to do shit, they'll either get fired or people are boycott. So it's not like you have any goddamn power no matter what your fucking job is anyways. So, I mean, no offense. Talking to you is fucking useless. So yeah, I'm just gonna put it on my Twitter and whoever fucking wants to use this information fucking can. Because I mean, you did it to me, right? So what's the difference between selling my information and selling your information? Except I'm not actually using that on the dark web. I'm just making it a public post. Right? Unless you want to say I am not allowed to I'm not allowed to have my own opinion and freedom of speech when it comes to video games, then I mean you might have a bigger problem on your hands. We're just gonna leave that there. Alright, anyways. No, I gotta go send in these reports so, you know, the FBI doesn't go, oh my gosh, what an innocent person. I'll be like, oh, I don't think so. Unnecessary. Insane. I'm running out of characters, you guys. Riot usually only lets me like have like 3 or 4 lines. 3 or 4 lines just alright, anyways, I'm okay. No, okay, how I used to do coke is, you know how sometimes people have like one big ass line, but when you only have one big ass line, you have to like line it up so then you have one for your left nose and one for your right nose, you know, so then it's not just like one side is all hella numb and the other side's all like fucked up, so you gotta like cut it. All right, I'm sorry, this this is inappropriate, but just know, you know, you gotta line it up so be like, oh, all right, anyways. See how doing drugs with me is so much fun. Anyways, there's a reason why I like to eat hard candy versus gummy bears, or like what else do people eat? Oh, Starburst, Skittles, M&Ms. Like, there's a reason why I like Push Pops, I like Ring Pops, and I like Jolly Ranchers. You know why? Because they're better than pacifiers, and when you're rolling, you tend to not eat a lot, right? So when your body is not having that like calorie, thank you, when you don't have enough calories, you should probably eat candy because even when your body's burning off candy, it's better because you won't get diabetes. Diabetes is an unnecessary amount of sugar in your body where your body is not digesting. But if you're constantly digesting it when you're rolling, then technically there's not really a chance of you getting diabetes because your body's constantly burning it off. Yeah, exactly. I don't eat when I roll. So when I eat Jolly Ranchers, it's not like I'm gonna get fucking diabetes because I'm constantly burning it off because I'm not eating anything else, right? No, this is why people who do drugs with me and my friends also make sure that I don't get sick. So it's like I look out for them and they look out for me. So like it's just I know more about school stuff and they don't know shit. So when they tell me when I tell them about school stuff, they listen. Like when I tell them about school and jobs, they listen to me. But when they tell me about street stuff and street rules and how to be safe and what to do and what to respect, like my friend used to tell me this one thing where it's like if it's not your weed, you will never be able to smoke it first. Because without me, you won't have the weed. Even if you have money, I don't give a fuck. You will not have fucking weed if it wasn't for me. So ever since then, I've always learned, like, I gotta respect this person. So, like, I've always listened to him whenever it comes to anything street. Because I'm like, you know what? He knows what he's talking about. But then when it comes to school stuff, he has never questioned me. When it came to, like, job stuff, he has never questioned me. He would always listen to me like I listened to him. So like honestly, for all of you guys to be like, oh yeah, they're hella fucked up, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Unless you're talking about like those really fucked up cops that are purposely not teaching you anything so they can purposely keep on arresting you, then yes, I agree. Because I have met a lot of cops in my past who would be like, if you don't want to get a ticket in the future, then don't do this. Or like, it expires in 5 months, so make sure you don't do it. I mean, in 5 years or something like that, or 3 years or something like that. So they'll be like, make sure you don't do this again. Oh, traffic school every 6 months. So some cops have actually tried to help me because they're like, okay, well, I have to give you this ticket, but just so you know, like in 6 months you can get another traffic school. But for now, if you get another ticket, you're gonna have to lose your license. And like that's what I mean by there's good cops and there's bad cops. Like good cops continue to do the job. They'll pull you over, they'll give you a fucking ticket, but also tell you that if you fuck up one more goddamn time, you're gonna be fucked, you know? But then there's also cops that are like, oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's on your record. I don't know how many points you have. I don't know what you've been doing. And I'm like, honestly, like, are you trying to fuck me up? Like, I don't understand. Because I've had met a lot of good cops that were just like, you know, I have to give you this ticket, but you have to be aware that you do have 4 points on your record. Or they'll be like, you have 5 points on your record, but luckily, if you haven't gotten traffic school or not, because I don't have the power to check that, but you know what I mean? Like, they'll help me with it. But they're not gonna be like, oh yeah, it's okay, I'm not gonna give you a ticket. Like, they're still writing me the fucking ticket. You know, and I'm still going to fucking court for it. So it's not like, oh yeah, this cop is just like fucking whatever. I'm like, no. They still gave me the fucking ticket. Okay? So that it isn't like, oh yeah, you know, this cop is not doing his job. Bitch, he still gave me the fucking ticket. No, that's why everybody fucking hates you. Because the cops that help me, they're actually the older kinds. They're not super young like you. And refusing to listen to your superiors. Unless you were just trained by a racist motherfucker. Or you're one of those really fucked up guys who just likes to flex your muscle on everybody else. Even though I think we really know who would win in a fight, right? Because you haven't really been fighting your whole life when they've been fighting probably since they were 7 years old, right? So I think there's a huge difference between fighting for your life since you're 7 versus you just turned 18 and this is your first time holding a gun and you can't fucking wait. What does this have to do with League of Legends? A lot of people do the same shit when they work at Riot. You know, they're like all the dirty cops. They're like, oh my gosh, I finally got this job that I've always fucking wanted. Now I can fucking take advantage of it and then just use Riot as a reputation and just be like flexing my muscles on all the fucking weak people. Like, it's not really working in your favor right now, right? Because now every single person who knows who the fuck you are just like, honestly, if this person works on this, I'm not buying it. And like, since they're not doing anything legal anyways, it's not like they can't figure out who the fuck you are and what the fuck you're working on, right? And if you don't want to use your email, then maybe you should not work at a tech company. No offense, you know, like if you don't want to use technology working at a tech company, then maybe you should reconsider your options. Oh, was that not esports enough when I'm talking about a tech company using technology? Was that not esports enough for you? Well, I don't really understand your point considering how I went to a private school. And if you say, oh yeah, well, it doesn't matter, they're doing their own thing. Yeah, and I'm doing my own thing. So, what is your point? Because technically, right now, you don't have any connections. You're not friends with anybody, right? So, I mean, in terms of that, no offense or anything, and you can't really take over my blood, I guess. Like, you know what I mean? They're like friends that I've grown up with. I went to middle school with them, I went to high school with them. So, like, you're saying, like, it doesn't really make any sense because, like, no offense, but the really hard truth is that you're only friends with my friends for certain reasons, right? Because we were friends because we were friends. You're friends with my friends for a fucking reason, right? So, are you saying my friends are too dumb to figure that out? Or if you have anything to offer? Because so far, I think I have more to offer. And my friends have more to offer than what you have to offer, right? So, I mean, do you fucking get it yet? Or, like, you still don't really understand what the fuck is going on right now? Because if you want to say, oh yeah, you work so hard, I'm pretty sure I can at least find 10 other people in esports who can do what you do. right? Because I'm pretty sure my elders didn't hire you to waste their fucking time. You know, I think their whole point was to hire people like the freelance programmers who, you know, have been by you. So, I mean, considering who my private school friends are, can you kind of see how that's a problem for us? Because you don't fucking understand why that's a problem. So, I mean, if you really want to play that fucking game, we can fucking play that game, right? Well, I don't think you guys are understanding the okay boomer thing because it's kind of like these young kids are like, we hate the system because it doesn't even like reward us for being smarter. It's like punishing us, and I'm like, I'm not punishing you. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and now they all know the difference, so they're actually kind of mocking you versus mocking us because I think it's pretty clear through almost everything that they create that they are fully aware of what's going on and they like they're not dumb. They're actually really smart. Oh my god. Alright, anyways. Can't hide shit from you guys. Alright, I'm gonna go now. This is turning into fucking god knows where. Alright, I'm not gonna talk about this. I don't talk this shit. I don't talk about this shit, thank you, with little kids. Okay? Damn it, guys. Are you even 18? Damn it, why are you so smart? I'm gonna leave now. No, I remember I taught kids who were like, you guys are just such little, like, buttholes, I swear to God. You guys, like, learn so fast. I had this one kid learn swimming really fast, and then after she learned, she figured out, like, that was it. You know? And then she just stopped learning. And she started fucking around every class, and I was like, oh god, what do I do? Like, I don't know what to do with this kid. They already figured it out. This is all I have to teach. What do I do? Oh my god. Alright, anyways. So, I don't know. I'm at a loss here. I gotta go talk to my grandma or some shit, because I don't know what to do. Like, this is all the knowledge I got. Alright, anyways. No, it's actually a compliment saying you guys are very smart because you've learned to the point of where I am, which means you have the knowledge of a 27-year-old when you're not 27. So I guess that's a good thing, but it's a bad thing for me because now I gotta go learn more because I don't know what else to do. But anyways, you guys should do more. Well, not like the same thing, but that article about like boomers and like what you guys actually stand for, I just thought it was really interesting because you guys were like, well, you know, we do like the change or something. You know, I gotta go read it again. But I don't want to quote you guys wrong, but I do like how you guys made it a very clear statement. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we know what's going on. We like this or we don't like this. Like, I don't know. Is this like a not really a boomer? Oh, okay. So you know that guy on Twitter, right? That was super angry, the old vet, right? So very, 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 very old communism. You know, pure communism. Well, actually, if we go back, dynasty kind of communism is kind of fucked, honestly. So, if we talk about like the okay, yeah, sure. Let's go with the communism that he fought for, right? So the communism that the old guy was fighting for was more of corrupt communism, thank you. Whereas like pure communism is like, okay, hey, you know, we want to share this car, thank you. Then, you know, I'll have it and then you have it and then we have like a schedule that works for both of us, right? Thank you. But if it's a corrupt kind of communism, which is what he went to war for, it's more of I don't give a fuck if it's your fucking car. I don't give a fuck if you fucking bought this car. I don't fucking care about what the fuck you need. It's communism. So that means I can use this car whenever the fuck I want. I don't give a fuck about how you fucking feel because guess what? This is also my motherfucking car now because we live in a communist country. And like, that's not really communism, right? Pure communism is everything is shared and everything is owned by everybody. No, that's why anarchy is better than communism because you cannot take something else that is not yours, thank you, unless you have something equivalent to trade with the other person. That's why I personally like anarchy because it's like you can't just be like, hey, I'm gonna take that fucking plant from you. It's gonna be like, well, what are you gonna fucking give me? Because you can't just take that shit without anything. Like, if you want to give it to me or trade something, like, you need to give me something, right? And so anarchy actually works better than communism. No, but pure communism is actually very, very good. You know, it's like everybody shares everything. Yeah, it's very Buddhist, thank you, where everything is everything, and like, you know, there isn't like, you know, no, that would be democracy, but considering democracy is more of I have more friends than you, thank you, or like this person likes me more, so they're agreeing with me, even if they don't even fucking understand what the fuck is going on, you know, that's pure democracy means no influence, no like, oh yeah, you know, I'm your best friend, so you should vote for me. That's pure communism. Pure democracy, sorry. Pure democracy is there's no influence on who is who. It's a pure like vote. That's why it's called pure communism or like pure democracy, thank you. Or pure capitalism or pure monopolies. You know, there's like the reason why there's called a pure is because there should be no influence and exactly dictionary definition. Thank you. But we all know that's humanly impossible. You know, like there's no such thing as pure democracy. A decentralized system means there's no system at all, which means nobody is in charge of anything. Whereas democracy is like a pure vote on who everybody elects based on like no like personal opinions, no like you know what I mean? It's genuine vote of which is yeah, exactly impossible. So that's why it's called pure democracy, pure communism, or like pure capitalism or pure monopolies. I think a pure monopoly could exist because if it's truly your idea, you know what I mean, then a pure monopoly could technically exist. It's just it's going to be very hard because I know a lot of people who copyright stuff, they'll be like, I'll change one disconnecting wire to this thing and then it's a new copyright, you know. Even in reality it's like the same shit, it's just one wire is connected to a different hole. You know what I mean? It's like it anyways, that's why I said pure monopoly could technically exist, but it can't because you know um and pure capitalism is private ownership, right? So the reason why I say pure communism is really, I mean, communism itself is really bad because it like just what is it called? It grows. You know how like something attracts. You know how like okay, when you're in Florida, thank you. You know how the humidity and all of that. Whenever there's still waters, it just like births fucking mosquitoes. You know what is that called? What is that fucking word? I remember that fucking word. But you know what I'm talking about, right? So communism itself, the idea itself, just like likes to birth just corruption. You know what I mean? Because it's so easy to be like, no, it's mine because I don't have to. And that's where capitalism comes in. Thank you. Because capitalism means you cannot just take what is not yours. You know, you have to fucking work for it. But honestly, the concept of anarchy is like a combination of pure capitalism and pure communism acted into one because now you have to trade, you know? Thank you. So that's why I said anarchy is probably like the best idea. I know anarchy means there's no government, but anarchy also means that you're free to trade one or another, and nobody's actually gonna give you anything unless you can have something to offer the other person because there's no government. Oh my god, you guys are so fucking. Anyways, so yeah, pure capitalism is not bad. It's just I understand a lot of people, especially like Black Lives Matter or people of color, they don't like capitalism because you guys see capitalism as a way to systematically oppress you, but that's not what pure capitalism is. Pure capitalism means if I have a tech startup, I have the right to own this startup and nobody else can take that company away from me because this is my fucking company. But I understand from a lot of people of color how that could have turned into fuck you, you can't join me because fuck you, you are this and that, right? So I understand from your perspective why capitalism is bad, but if you own a business and you own copyrights, monopolies in capitalism is actually really not a bad idea. You know what I mean? Like, if you have your own tech company or if you have your own cryptocurrency startup, like, you would want capitalism because you don't want the government to just come in and be like, haha, we're communism, it's ours now. And it's just like, you won't be able to defend yourself because guess what? You live in a communist country, so capitalism will not exist because you will not be able to have your individual ownership of your business. Anyways, how do I know all this? Because I pay attention in class. I just don't like to help people in group work because I can explain things so easily that anybody will fucking get it, right? So I rather you never understand what the fuck happened to your life and just walk out of the class and have me fail and just come back into esports and be like, you know, this is why I love Reddit. This is why I support Reddit because I talked to my teacher, my business law teacher, and he was like, if you do have an idea that you wrote on social media or that is yours, you should talk to a copyright lawyer because most of the time, because you have it, yes, good. So, Reddit was doing fine when I was around, at least. I don't know what's fun happening now. Alright, anyways, so yeah. I think that's about it. Oh wait. No, it does answer the question because the communism that the old veteran was fighting for was this oppression. That's why he was so mad. That's why he specifically said, I fought for your freedom. Because, and what you guys should have done. Okay, so I'm really good at talking with people because I'm fucking Aquarius. I understand everything. Everything's like the okay. Anyways, so no, that's why you always see me doing that shit because I'm always like, I don't care. Like I'm everywhere. It doesn't matter to me. All right. Anyways, so my point is, you guys should have just told him like we understand. We just don't like Trump because Trump. You know, you can't just say it like keep repeating what everybody else is saying. Like you should have said something like, you know, we understand that the communism you fought for is the oppression of a certain type of government, but you have to understand Trump is that type of government now. Like maybe we don't hate Trump. No, his point, thank you, is the president. You should never disobey the president. What you guys should have said is I am not disobeying the president. I am trying to uphold what you fought for because now, no offense, but Trump is kind of like a dictator because he is above the law. And I agree with you when MacArthur was doing it, he was never against the law. He was never above the law. And he was never like, you know, he fought for his country. He loved for MacArthur is actually probably one of my favorite besides Eisenhower, I think. So Eisenhower, MacArthur, I think, and FDR, I think, is one of my few favorites. I have a lot of favorites that are Republicans, I know. Okay, leave me the fuck alone. But so no, Meghan McCain is also Republican. Lindsey Graham is Republican. Like Republicans are like Chinese people, you know, they're so hard headed and iron fisted. Sometimes, you know, some of the shit they say, you're just like, God damn it, I can't agree with it. I'm like, honestly, you guys, like, let me explain it in a way that I see it, you know, and then you guys are like, fuck, I can kind of understand what Christine's saying, but I don't agree with what he's saying. I'm like, I'm literally saying what he is saying. Like, anyways, but you guys can kind of see, like, now why, right? And the reason why the old people are just not willing to change is because if you've ever talked to a cop, right? They like to keep repeating the same thing, but you have to understand cops cannot really tell you things that they know that you don't know. That makes sense. So like say like if it's not public information, they're not supposed to tell you, even if it's like through their training or whatever. Like they're not supposed to tell you that shit. And that's why like most of the time I don't like to mention military people because I'm like, I don't know what is private and what is not. And honestly, I don't feel like dealing with this shit right now because there's so many goddamn retards that like I really don't even honestly, like I'm just like fuck this. So that's why like whenever something is on the FBI website, I only say if it's public information because otherwise I don't really want to say it either, you know. Why? Because I don't want to be held responsible. And then they start begging for shit like, oh yeah, so you like fucking, oh yeah, so you can get me. No, bitch, fuck off. Like, alright, anyways. So, my point is, you know, a lot of these things. No, hold on. Thank you. He got really mad because it's like, you're asking him to disobey a direct order. Yeah, that's something that's super military, you know. But you should never disobey a direct order from your superiors, even if you disagree with what is happening as an not inferior. So that's not what it's called. As somebody who is below that rank, you are not supposed to directly disobey someone who's above you, you know? And like, no, it is. I don't think it has to do with culture. I think it's the fact that you guys can't tell like different things, you know? You don't say, like, I don't know if you guys saw how I was doing it for the few that did. The package, I didn't want to push for it because I really wanted them to think about it. But you know what I mean? That's why, like, I never force people. Whenever people ask me, like, do I have to pay for it now? I'm like, no. Like, please go home and think about it. You know, because sometimes, you know, certain people who have money, they don't like to be pushed that way. Like, if you follow Dorothy Wang, thank you, even on her Instagram, she had this huge thing where someone was trying to upsell her or like overcharge her, and she was just like, honestly, I don't think I'm ever gonna fucking shop here again. And then it's the same shit that happens to me a lot too, where I'm just like, and then like they get in trouble. I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, like what the fuck? That's not my goddamn problem. But anyways, it's not important. But no, for eBay's different. You know, you guys buy the wholesale, so I'm trying to help you out. But if you want to fuck yourself in the ass, that ain't got shit to do with me. You know, as long as the wholesale person isn't in trouble, which I highly doubt they will be, because you're an individual seller, it has nothing to do with the wholesale. Because if you buy it, you represent yourself. You don't represent the wholesale because you're getting the fucking middleman fee. So like that doesn't really like how the fuck can that even be related? Anyways, so so yeah, um no, like you have to understand, like I don't think you guys are handling the situation right. Like I understand, I can tell in your faces and in your hearts that you really want him to die, and I'm like, I don't think you understand what's going on here. Like if it was me, I would try to explain it to him. I would be like, you know, because Trump has done this, I do not want to listen to his orders anymore. Or you can be like, well, you know, because Trump is doing this to these people, I don't really think he's a worthy leader anymore. Because like you can, yeah, exactly, you can bring up Watergate. Thank you. You can be like, you know, in Watergate, I'm pretty sure there was a bunch of people who didn't want to do what they were doing, and then yeah, exactly, you can pull it on that fucking, you know, and that would have been much better than holding a protest against him and then having like a bunch of people and then having this one fucking person being like, Christine, hello. So try not to fucking involve me into this stuff because it's actually really heartbreaking for me, because it's like, you know, you guys technically fight the same thing, but you guys just don't understand. And like I don't even really see the point of me having to do this and then being like, you know, I would much rather you guys just kind of try to figure it out without me. Like having this power is fucking great, you know? But honestly, I would much rather just see you guys get along, because it really is not important to have me just have this power, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know why, but I'm pretty sure both of the sides were just like, hey, you know, like, and like, honestly, I don't really understand why you guys can't just spend the time to explain it. You know, like, I just don't understand it. You guys know how like old people and young people, they're just stubborn as shit and they're not gonna fucking change, right? So like, isn't that easy to fucking figure out? Like I really personally, I don't know. So do whatever the fuck you want, because honestly, I don't want this power, so don't even try and drag it in and say like, oh yeah, you know, it's because Christine wants this. I'm literally telling you, you guys can figure it out. But you're just choosing not to do it. So that has nothing to do with me, and I don't know why you guys keep trying to drag me into it when it has nothing to do with me. I'm just trying to do it so that nobody ends up fighting and nobody ends up getting hurt. Well, probably because of all the goddamn emails. I'm sorry, dude. I just had to do that. It's just such a perfect timing. I couldn't help myself. All right. Anyways, ugh. You guys don't ever like get really tired of like a certain emotion and just like, it's like the perfect opportunity to shit on someone, so why not take it? Alright, Anyways, I'm gonna go. It was just funny. I just had to. No, but it is the truth, you know? No, I thought it was funny. I was like, I'd rather pay like a fucking criminal organization than pay for fucking insurance. And it's funny because you guys think you see what I mean? So of course in the same situation with why would I not take advantage of this and make another fucking joke out of it and be like, this is all the goddamn e-girl's fault, like because it's true, exactly. Alright. Anyways, I just had to laugh because I'm just fucking like, it's ridiculous. Yeah, thank you. So, anyways, I just thought it was funny. I thought you guys would get a giggle out of it too. After all the depressing and shit. But yeah, you still think I'm kidding about the insurance? I am definitely not. Like, if I could pay a criminal organization, I would much rather do that than pay my insurance because they're not upholding whatever fucking terms I signed. I don't know about Geico, but for Allstate, that's fucking. I'm not fucking no. Like, if I'm gonna pay $500, I'm pretty sure with $500 for a protection racket, that's pretty fucking legit, right? Like, oh my god, I'm so tilted. All right, I'm gonna go. Fucking so triggered right now. I'm gonna go, but yeah. I mean, it's on the fucking internet, isn't it? So I don't think they needed you. Like, I think the only thing they probably needed was decriminalization, and decriminalization without a lowering. Because okay, so here's the thing you guys have to realize about sex work, and this is why I do not want it to be decriminalized. Because if you look at the prices of sex work in places where it is decriminalized, like Amsterdam, Las Vegas, oh god, where else? Anyways, anywhere that is decriminalized, the prices of prostitution, the prices of sex work, the prices of the porn industry, the prices of just pretty much anything sex work is like almost 100 times lower. You know what I mean? Like, if you sell yourself here, it's like 200 to like a few $1,000s, right? But if you do it at like a brothel or like in Nevada or like in Amsterdam, it's like $5. You know what I mean? It's like super, super, super fucking cheap. So unless these motherfuckers who say, oh yeah, well that was their whole fucking point, unless they can figure out a way to not decrease the amount of prostitution or the amount of sex work, then maybe it's actually true. But unless they can, I don't believe a single goddamn thing they say. No offense. You know what I mean? They're like, oh yeah, well that's maybe why we did it. Okay, so how does that help anybody? Like, I don't understand how that helps. Like, it doesn't fix anything at all. So like, what the fuck is your point of saying that? I just don't understand. And like, bringing light to the situation is what TED Talks does. So like, what the fuck are you doing? I don't understand. Anyways, that's just my personal honesty on seeing it from the outside and not actually being part of sex work. Because, like, I say I support sex work, but I also let them know, like, if you do decriminalize it, yes, people will be safer, but at the same time, you will never be able to charge $200 an hour. So, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I've been very honest about it. I said I support it. Yeah, well, that's a whole different thing because some people are fucking it up. So, like, I cannot defend the people who are fucking it up versus the people who are genuinely just trying to do it as a business, you know? Well, nobody supports fucked up business people anyway, so, like, why would it like, this is dumb. Anyways, I'm gonna go because it's starting to go in circles and it's not starting to not make sense anymore because I'm just repeating myself. But yeah, this has a lot to do with esports because a lot of people are like in esports saying I support prostitution, but then you guys don't actually actively do anything to help sex work. You're just like saying you support sex work, but then you're like, oh god, hold on. What part of sex work? I don't know. I'm not a sex worker. Like, you have to understand, you know? Like, I am not currently in sex work. I do not work in sex work. So you would have to ask the people who are actually in sex work how you guys can help. You know what I mean? Like, if it's in the porn industry, you can be like, hey, so I understand, this is a hard industry or whatever, or like compared to back in the days, like you guys don't have as much. And a lot of the older people have said it's because nobody buys porn anymore. So that's kind of why sometimes I support Patreon. But you know what I mean? And that's why I support data gathering and all of that stuff. Thank you. So, I mean, I'm trying to actually make my claims of supporting sex work a legitimate one, not just one where I can freeload off of it. So, I mean, if you say you're so goddamn smart and you're so good at fucking everything, then okay, come up with something, you know? And if you really care about these women, there's always like ways to donate money. It's not like it doesn't make any sense to me. So, if you're gonna say something and claim something, then I highly suggest you live up to your word, or else I'm just gonna be like, honestly, like, I don't even want to be associated with you because then people think I'm like you, and I don't need that. Especially in esports, where like who you associate with and who you represent and the image you present and the people that you support says a lot about you. Like, for me, that's why I'm always so clear about like why and how and who I support in esports, and I always give why. And some people are, and the reason for that, thank you, is because I have supported Pokimane at first because I'm like, oh, Meteos is probably like Steve, that fucking asshole. So at first supported her, and then she was a huge bitch to me. So I'm like, okay, so maybe you're the slut because you're starting to act more like Steve. So ever since then, and then yeah, the whole thing, it just progressively got worse every single time. So no, I'm really hella frustrated right now. So like, I don't even give a fuck what my hair looks like. So that's kind of why, like, from now on, whatever, anything and everything that I do in esports, I will always give a very in-depth definition because I want to make it clear, like, I thought this bitch, or I thought this, and I thought this, and given the information that I have, this is what I see. And if anybody presents any other information to me clearer, I would be like, I either apologize or I'll be like, oh my fucking god, I feel like I've been lied to. How the fuck? And then I will let you guys know, like, from an outsider who knows nothing about this situation, that's what it looks like. So I know a lot of people in esports, especially like a lot of people on 100 Thieves, they're just kind of like, this thing is good, we'll follow this. This thing is good, we'll follow this. And then they don't actually have any personal opinions on themselves, which is perfectly fine because maybe that's their whole entire idea. But honestly, at that point, you can replace them with anybody and it wouldn't fucking matter. Exactly. So, no, this is why I get along with the people in the music industry because you guys fucking get it. Anyways, I'm gonna go. It's kind of dumb. I don't want to be involved and I don't want to talk about it. They can talk about it, but we don't have to say shit, you know. But yeah, thank you. And it is your freedom. Just don't be a dumbass.